Variety. Life was simpler when we were growing up. We didn't have as many varieties. We had like Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mellow Yellow Coke, and some Sprite and root beer, and that's about it. Doritos. We had the taco, the nacho cheese, and the Cool Ranch. Now you go down the pop aisle, which is pretty much with the chip aisle, but there's 100 different flavors of Doritos. There's 10,000 different flavors of pop. Like, we didn't have a Sam's Club. We didn't have a Home Depot. We didn't have a Lowe's. We didn't have Menards. You went to the local grocery store or, the local hardware store to get lumber and Wicks. We had a Wicks. There was 3 gas stations in town. All 3 of them were at the far end of each side of town. We had a Marathon, a BP, and a Duke and Duchess. Now you drive around, you can't. And where I live, you pass a Marathon every quarter mile. We had 1 McDonald's in town. We didn't have Taco Bell or Burger King or anything like that. We had a McDonald's and a Subway. And you never got to go to McDonald's because it wasn't healthy food. My dad would say, well, we don't eat that, it's not healthy. Meanwhile, he'd drink 2 cases of beer and a fifth of liquor every day. But God forbid we eat some McDonald's. Uber, like there's Uber Eats, there's Uber Rides. We had to ride our bikes to go anywhere we wanted to go. Our parents weren't taking us. Either walk or ride your bike. Get out of school, walk home. There wasn't a bus route that took me to my house, and I had to walk from the school to my house. And anywhere in town I wanted to go, I had to walk or ride my bike. You break your bike, you're not getting a new one, so you're going to be walking everywhere you go. So you learned how to work on your bike. We ran around with our friends all day. We stayed outside all day. Street lights came on, you head home. Now you can't leave your kid outside for anything. I mean, you can't even go out front and then walk back in the house for a minute. You got to worry about them getting snatched or taken. Like, the world's gone crazy. But variety has created a spoiled generation. Instant gratification. I don't want that, I want this, I want it now. We ate whatever our parents bought. My dad liked plain potato chips. I couldn't stand them, but I'd put some hot sauce on them and I'd eat them. Because he wouldn't buy barbecue or sour cream and onion or salt and vinegar because he liked the plain ones, and we were going to eat whatever he bought because Dad was boss and you did what Dad said or he spanked you. That's just the way it went. Now the kids run the house. They tell the parents what's going to go on and they listen. Like, no, my dad would have backhanded me into tomorrow. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, he taught me how to have respect. He taught me how to treat people. And, now no one has any of that. They don't care how you feel. They don't care if you're older. I was taught to respect my elders. They don't care. Get out of my way, old people. That's what they say. They don't want to work. Where I work, we go through people, I bet we go through 15 people a week, and they don't want to work. They want to work 6-hour days, 3 days a week, and get paid $87 an hour. They don't have any drive. They have no initiative. They do not want to work, and I don't understand it. What is going on? All these choices and options of everything makes people think they have a choice and an option and all these things. Like, yeah, you get to pick where you want to work. If you don't like a job, you quit, but you can't walk into a place and tell them what you're going to work. You're not going to have a job. I mean, everybody knows that. You got to work what you signed the paper to and agreed to. I've worked with a guy right now that he wants to go to 4 16-hour days so that he can have a 3-day weekend. I'm like, dude, you're going to sleep the first day off because you've worked a whole work week in like 2-3 days. So really, you're not gaining a day. You're sleeping a day. You're gaining a day of sleep. Like, it makes a lot of sense. The wage thing's what kills me. Like, no skills, no talents, no drive, no initiative. Wants to miss work all the time. Wants to be late to work. Come to work whenever you want, but you want to make $40-50 an hour. To do what? You don't know anything. Just to show up, you want $40 or $50 an hour?